The Land of Bad, or Landing Badly. It's a war movie that I would never really associate with the title, except if it wasn't for this scene.
Welcome to Land of Bad.
Oh my god, he's the main character! It's a look into modern warfare that makes me feel like I'm playing COD.
There's another bird available.
That is a negative.
Everything I know about warfare is that you need 3 kills to get a UAV. Why don't they know this? I mean, that is the extent of my army knowledge, so call me an expert, son. With Russell Crowe and the other Hemsworth steering the vessel, does Land of Bad live up to its name? Bad? Adam, you can't just say the other Hemsworth. There are a few that do acting. Yes, well, my statement stands as both Hemsworths take part in this. There is just something beautifully appropriate about showing the symbolic brother in an army as your actual brother, and then watching him get riddled with bullets. Who won't pour me a drink now? Who won't fetch the remote? Not you, you're dead. My eventual dream is to have all 3 Hemsworths in a movie where they all bully Chris for being unsuccessful, titled His Worth. I'm not really an American war kind of guy, less so am I interested in drone pilots, which is our main character. Well, technically he handles on-the-ground communication with drone and Air Force operators. But you get it. The basic premise of this movie is that a rookie is thrown into the spiritual successor of Nam, complete hell on earth, with a small extract team of experienced soldiers. Their mission? It really isn't clear. Or my lack of army terminology completely failed me for the first hour, until it became painstakingly obvious. Anyway, the mission goes awry and Hemsworth A needs to escape. Due to the unclarity of the mission, initially it just kind of seems like a device to get a squadron of soldiers stuck in hostile territory and then fight for their lives. It's an excuse to get soldiers lost in the middle of the Philippines. Gorgeous islands, by the way. This is either an excuse to get some actors on a holiday or completely sponsored by the government of the Philippines. After this was filmed, I kind of found out it was actually sponsored by the Australian government due to bring jobs into the local film industry. Go figure. The banter is pretty good, dialogue is pretty awesome, if corny at times, but sometimes that's just the hallmark of a good military movie. Was this a good military movie? I think it was a solid 60 to 65% on that aspect alone. There is enough authenticity to pull you in, however you do need to suspend your disbelief to fully immerse yourself, which can create a strange juxtaposition. I think my dad would like this movie. He likes drones. But the way the chain of command, decision making, and military operation guidelines work, or in this case rather don't work, make this out to be a very dramatic story. Russell Crowe's performance as Reaper, with his character fully taking the limelight as the aerial support guy, i.e. he's the best girl, as he should be. What the movie does extremely well is build tension. There are multiple scenes where I found myself holding my breath with Playboy, the main character. While the pacing does seem a bit warped as we try and figure out where this movie is going, I really appreciated how the scenes took the time to evoke that feeling of tension. Definitely my favorite aspect of the movie. Just to make sure, what do you drink after an 18-hour shift? This movie reminds me of Tropic Thunder due to the jungle setting, appearance of the bad guys, and overall atmosphere, just without the irony and comedy. So basically a worse version of Tropic Thunder. It's actually an amazing testament that Tropic Thunder can still continue to parody movies that are still coming out. At the beginning of the film, Sergeant Bishop confronts Playboy when PB says technology takes the brutality out of war.
I think this tech saves lives. In a way, it takes the barbaric nature out of it.
To which Bishop says there is no difference, but only a cognitive dissonance between the actions and outcomes compared to being there in person.
You really think you dropping a bomb on 50 people is any better than us shooting them in the head? No.
Not that I think soldiers are stupid, but I was really taken aback by how well this argument is structured while walking around enemy territory in the jungle. And they admit it.
Great story, man.
Honestly, it just gave me the idea of some scriptwriter sitting there in a coffee house just writing that down. Didn't really feel like it fit the character either. The idea of this dissonance is a central theme to the movie and brought up again when Playboy confronts the main antagonist, and through several other scenes. This theme is explored again at the very end, but I've left it at the very end of this video as well because it is definitely a spoiler, so check out it after the outro if you're interested. Something that did make me feel a little bit indifferent to our protagonist was that he has such a sheer amount of technology on his side that he has almost complete access to. For most of the movie, he has a bird's eye view over his surroundings, he can call in a Hellfire missile every now and then, and damn, that's just not fair. This guy just has a gun and a dog that can't even do its job. And he needs to somehow fight off this GPS tracking missile and helicopter madman? The sides were just never stacked, and the underdog or fighting against the odds feeling is completely taken away. He has all the tools and opportunities to succeed. This show was sponsored by the Australian Filipino Monster Flavor. Land of Bad is the first movie I've seen this year, and it gives me a bit of excitement and intrepidation because it was enjoyable and of a somewhat high quality, but I couldn't see myself either recommending this to a friend or rewatching it. It's simultaneously the best and worst movie I've seen this year, because it's the only movie I guess I've seen this year. Ranking this movie, I would give it a solid 55 out of 100. Now for the spoiler. Playboy denied the brutality of war as technology made it cleaner. As he violently bashes the bad boy's head in, the villain's heard laughing as he accepts his fate. He's laughing because he made Playboy directly confront his cognitive dissonance. It really does wrap the movie up in a good way, and I really do appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Second outro. That's diabolical.